Hey everybody, this is vblue42 from Avic411.com. Doing the second demo video here of the Avic-Z110Bt. Going to be showing the AV functions with the voice control and the overall user interface. So I'm getting started right here with the iPod interface. Anyone that's had a Pioneer AV unit for the last couple of years should be familiar with this iPod interface. It's laid out very well. It's a very fast response interface, so it's probably the best I've ever seen. Laid across the top you have your search categories: playlist, genre, artist, albums, podcast, and your video tab over here. So as you can see, the touchscreen is very fast to the touch. Okay. You also have alphabet search. And as you can see, once again, very good to the touch. So that's interesting. You do have your song information here. You've got your album art, you've got your song title, artist title, album title. Okay, you can touch your album art and it will give you an expanded view, so that's nice to see. Choose your typical iPod click wheel, works just like an iPod. I'm not going to go into that. If you've used an iPod, you know how that works, so that's nice. Video tab, we're going to go ahead and go into some movies here. One thing that this unit does support that a lot of units don't is video chapter markers. So that's definitely nice to see. I'm going to go ahead and go into some death proof here. I'm going to show you a little bit about how the video chapter markers work. As long as you encode your videos in iTunes to support video chapter markers, or as long as you encode your videos in whatever application you're using to support video chapter markers, they will operate on the unit. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Alright. Go back to that. Alright, I'm going to readjust my focus here. Let's go into some Cloverfield. Okay. So the unit does support fast forward and rewind for videos, so we'll do that here real quick. If you keep holding down the button, it will go ahead and keep fast forward and rewinding until you push the button again. Okay. So there you go. Alright. Y'all see how that works? Enough of that. I'm going to go back to music. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to go into some voice commands. And I'm going to change some sources around. Let's see how good that works. Change source to FM.
The music source is set to FM.
Alright, now that we're on the FM source, I've had a couple questions about RDS. Does this unit support RDS? As far as I can tell, it does not, or it does very minimally. The only thing it will display, at least in my area, is station name. So I don't know whether that has to do with the fact that there just may not be any RDS stations in my area. I don't know. I don't use the FM source, so I don't play with this a lot. I don't really care since I don't listen to FM radio. But it appears to only display station name, which I don't think is considered RDS. I don't know, but no artist and no song title information, again, at least in my area. So change source to XM.
The music source is set to XM.
Alright, I do have XM radio on here. I'm under a cover, so I'm gonna back up here. Get us a satellite feed. Let this clown go by. Alright. Alright. Okay, it does give you your music category here. I'm going to change bands. Okay. Alright. Pull back under my parking spot here. Alright, one cool thing I do want to highlight with a Pioneer XM interface, as you can see, it's laid out very nicely. One of the coolest features that nobody seems to support other than Pioneer is the memo function. That's it right there. You hold down that button when you're listening to a song you like, and it will allow you to save up to 12 songs. Okay, and 12, that's it. Unfortunately, I'd like to see more, but I'll take what I can get. Anyway, once you save a song, the next time that song comes on, doesn't matter whether you're listening to another station or not, it will show a visual and audio alert here, gives you the name of the song and the artist, and allows you to switch over to that song right away. It's a very useful feature, and I use it quite a bit. So I'm definitely glad to see that. There's not a lot of other manufacturers seem to be supporting that, so that's definitely nice to see. Change source to Bluetooth audio.
The music source is set to Bluetooth audio.
Okay, this unit does support Bluetooth audio streaming. I have an iPhone here with Pandora Radio. It's something I use a lot. I use my iPod in my glove compartment. I've got a 160 gig iPod. That's what I use for all of my music library and videos. But I do enjoy internet radio as well. Okay, got a little bit of Depeche Mode radio there. As you can see, it works pretty well. The transport controls will not function for anything other than the iPod app on the phone. Okay, so it won't control anything like Pandora Radio or anything like that. You have to do that from the phone, which is not a problem. Alright. Just before we do that here real quick, just to show you some of the other sources here. I want to go into Dual Zone, show you guys how that works. A lot of questions about Dual Zone. It supports all the AV functions on the unit to rear monitors, which is pretty cool. So you can have one thing displaying on the main screen and something different on the monitors. You can mirror what's on the main screen if you want. So if you've got your map up and you want to show that to the kids in the back, that'll work. You can display disc-based media, DVD or DivX, iPod, AV1 or AV2. Okay, so that actually works pretty well. And I do have AV2 hooked up here. I've got the Apple composite cable that I've got plugged into the iPhone that I use for mobile YouTube, so I can drive down the road and watch a YouTube video if I want. Not that I do that often. So, all right. Change source to iPod.
The music source is set to iPod.
Alright, we're going to go into a couple of voice commands here for the iPod. Let's do it. Browse the artist, the Cars.
Showing albums by the artist The Cars.
Next page. Play the album, Panorama.
Playing the album Panorama.
Alright, so there you go. Not bad at all. Play the album Vital Idol.
Playing the album Vital Idol.
So yep, works pretty well. It also works for phone calls. I'll demo that here real quick. Call Brian B.
Would you like to call the mobile number for Brian B?
Yes.
Calling the mobile number for Brian B.
Okay. So yeah, that works out well. Incidentally, thing I wanted to show you guys here real quick. Yesterday I said I would demo that the nav screen works with the phone.
Listen, press 1, personal options.
I'll show you that here real quick.
Disconnect, press star.
So while we're on a phone call, we can use the nav screen.
Are you still there? You have 5 saved messages. Listen, press 1, personal options. Press 4, disconnect, press star.
Okay, so I just plotted a route while on a phone call. That was something that the S-Series wouldn't do, and it was a big pain in everybody's butt. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. It's been fun.